Hi all. The annotated games at chessworld.net, my server, has quite a big library actually of both site annotated games and master annotated games. Recently I've updated some of the interface pages, so if you go to play latest annotations, you'll get this page where you can actually filter as well if you want. Instead of the mixture, if we want to look at master games only, we can, and it's ordered by the most views, and you can say most viewed in the last 30 days to get a view count, or last 10 years even. So the site's been going more than 10 years, so you can see the most viewed. So if we go into one, then we can check out these annotations. So here's a classic, Botvinnik against Capablanca, Avro, 1938. And you can see, you can even go into variations and stuff. So if we click on browse annotations again, it'll take us there. And also if you wanted like a detailed search, you can click on advanced search, and you can even like choose openings here. So say Dutch defense, click show annotations, and we can have a look at this. For example, here's a Dutch defense. And this was actually a site game for Dr. K. So he plays knight c3 and a quick bishop g5. He's snapping off on f6, which is the most popular. And he says, Dr. K says, white yields the bishop pair in order to damage black's pawn structure. Yeah, this is a very dangerous for black. If we look at this, this is a very nice position. f5, that's creating another weakness on the dark squares. So a3 is dealing with knight b4. Yeah, so that was quite interesting. Now, in his notes, knight b4, we can actually play bishop takes, and we're protecting c2 here, so that's an interesting thing. We've got a check here to throw in, so that's not a problem, knight b4, but he plays it here after that g6 was played. And yeah, this classic h pawn push, and knight b1, undeveloping move to free up the c pawn. Yeah, I think going for c4 is a good idea, if possible. And here actually, yeah, still going for c4 maybe at some point. Although it looks a little bit dangerous now with the king there. Knight takes h5 check. This is a winning attempt. 2 pawns for the knight and opening up the g5. It looks very dangerous for the black king here. Very, very dangerous. And winning this pawn over here, and then that pawn's attacked. So it's an attack on both sides of the board actually. Oh, this is a lot of compensation. Yet another pawn bites the dust. Yeah, this looks over. Here, white has 3 passed pawns, but rightly fears the potential of black's bishop pair. A draw was agreed on white's proposal, though, here in this position. So yeah, this was a very high level correspondence game, but yeah, it's imbalanced. So anyway, so browse annotations. You can see either site games or master games. So if we wanted to go to like master games only. Let's have a look at the master game while we're here. King's Indian Simish, played by an expert GM. We can play through this. And this is actually Dreyev with black. Okay, so he's got the he's exchanged off his dark square bishop actually. Bishop e2. Oh, hang on. If black resigns because there's g4. Yeah, if black went here, then there's going to be g4. Actually, this was a disaster for black. Okay, so that was sorry, I'm confused here. Dreyev was white against Kings against Hughes. So that was interesting. Let's have another look for another game. There's a Kaz game here. Going back. Okay, so Paul Kaz is playing the Roy Lopez here. So it's nice to have the notes here and variation notes and stuff and ideas. Very closed. Notes rerouting is either D5 or F5. I think the F5 square under scrutiny here. Big scrutiny. Oh, F7 looks a bit vulnerable now. Oh, that strengthens D5 here. D pawn is vulnerable. Ooh, this is interesting with the double pawns because I think white's got a lot of piece pressure. If black tried to win a pawn there, let's have a look at that. Knight takes G5. White counters with Knight H4, right, and then they've got loose knight on G5 here when the rook moves. Okay, so it's nice. It's just nice to have the notes and the annotations to these games. Rook B7, yeah, Queen E6 is coming. Oh, interrupting for E6. That's winning, isn't it? Check. Oh, Knight D8. Ah, that is winning the exchange. Yeah, crashing through there. So yeah, I think there's a great wealth of annotated games on the site. So yeah, if you want to check that out, that's on the play menu, annotated games. There's also two other menus, improved menu. There's annotated master games as well for the detailed search if you want to go direct to the detailed search, or annotated site games. But you can go to the less detailed search from both of those, which is this one, which you can do the filter there. So I thought it's just a little bit easier than before to check out games of interest and to filter based on most viewed. So if you want to check out the most viewed like annotations in the last 10 years, yeah, some interesting trends for what turns up. We've got some big names here: Fischer, Capablanca, Fischer Spassky, Fischer Larson. Some big names. Botvinnik. Yeah, it's yeah, so that's quite an interesting resource. Okay, I hope you can check that out at some point. I've been revamping the pages recently, buttonizing, a bit more alignment. That makes things neater, I think. So this has been a bit tidied up actually. The filters here a bit more aligned than usual. So yeah, I'm constantly trying to tweak the site. So I hope you enjoy that. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.